Question. Mr. and Mrs. Tan are planning to buy a house in Johor when they retire in 20 years. A similar property now costs 500k. Inflation is expected to cause this price to rise by 5% per annum over the next 20 years. What is the equal annual end-of-year deposit the couple must save in the account paying 14% or 3% in order to buy their dream house in cash when they retire? Find the cost of house in 20 years time, FV20. FV20 is basically the future value in 20 years time. Timeline is 20. PV, $500,000, which is today. K, 5%. N is 20. Cost of house in 20 years time, FV20. We are using this formula. Substitute the figures in. Refer to the table. Make sure you get the correct table. Find the answer. We know K and N. The intersection is the answer. Substitute the answer from the table and find the future value. What is the equal annual end-of-year deposit the couple must save in an account paying 14% in order to buy their dream house in cash when they retire? FV A equals to 1.3 million. K, 14%. N, 20 years. Find PMT. Take note, this is the end of year. We use this formula. Substitute the figures in. Refer to the table. Make sure you get the correct table. Next, we find the answer. We know K. We know N. The intersection is the answer. Substitute the answer from the table. And we'll find the PMT. What is the equal annual end-of-year deposit the couple must save in an account paying 3%? This time around, the answer is, the question is asking for 3%. Take note, it's the end of year deposit. Okay, so it's ordinary annuity. FVA is 1.3 million. K, 3%. N, 20. Find PMT. we use this formula, substitute the figures in to find PMT, refer to the table, make sure you get the correct table. Next, we find the answer. We know K and we know N. The intersection is the answer. Substitute the answer from the table and we find PMT. Alternatively, Mr. and Mrs. Tan can buy the property now at $500,000 and take a 20-year loan from the bank, which offers financing quantum of 80%. It means 80% of the property value. And charge 8% annual compounded interest. Determine the amount of upfront cash the couples require. Annual loan repayment amount. First, determine the amount of upfront cash the couples required. Upfront cash required is 20% of $500,000. It's 100,000. So the couple have to pay 100,000 cash upfront to purchase the house. Determine annual loan repayment amount, PMT. PVA equals to property value minus upfront cash paid is 500K minus 100K, gives you 400K. This is PVA. K is 8%, N is 20, find PMT. Use the formula, substitute the figures in to find PMT, refer to the table. Make sure you get the correct table. Then we find the answer. We know K. We know N. The intersection is the answer. We use the substitute the answer from the table. We find PMT. The annual loan repayment amount is 40,000, 741.50. The loan repayment amount includes payment of interest and part repayment of principal amount. Let's find the total interest paid for the loan. Simply take the total repayment minus the loan principal. Substitute the figures in and get the answer.